So I almost kind of answered a bunch of my questions before I couldn't.
That's normally how it goes.
Yeah, I'll ask you the same thing twice.
Oh, sure.
How do you differentiate your style from everyone else? Can you?
I don't.
You don't.
I let it do that. You know.
Okay.
I will say that my style is it's intense. It tends to be it always tends to be over the top. There's a lot of motion in it, and it's the kind of art that I was telling someone last night. Actually, I tend to do the kind of art I feel that my artist friends get immediately. Like I almost feel like I do art for artists, because my artist friends look at my work and they go, "Yes, I get that," and they get it on all the levels it's supposed to be got. The average person does not get it. They do not get it, and I've learned that, and I get that. You know, it's because of the work that I do is probably not work that people are gonna hang in their house, because it's too intense. You know, nobody wants to be looking at that. You know, I've done some pieces recently. Like I did an African woman and child, and I had a friend that, someone I know that bought it, art dealer, and he put it in his house, and it's really nice in there. It really is nice. But it's just a woman and child, you know. For the show, I did Ruthie the Duck Lady. You know, I did some things that I don't normally do, just people. And it was nice. It was nice, and I probably have to do some more of that. You know.
Would you ever do another show?
When I get some more pieces, you know. Like,
Maybe you'd be willing to do a show, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm thinking about it.
Because it's not like we're going to talk you into it or anything.
You know, my problem has always been, as an artist, has been the definition. Because we tend to define things wackily. And because my grandfather always said that art is the process, it's not the end result. It's not the end result. What you end up with after art is after art. It's not art. Art is the process of doing something. He said, if you tie your shoe well over and over and over again, and you tie it really well, it can be art. But it's not the bow that's going to be art. It's going to be the process of tying it, you know. And he felt, and he never sold anything. Like, he painted every weekend. Brilliant art. We had art in every crevice of this house. Underneath the beds, in the closets, in the walls. There was art everywhere. But he wouldn't sell a piece. Couldn't sell a piece, really. Because he knew the value of his art, and knew that as a black man, he couldn't sell it. For what? No one would ever give him that. So he just kept it. So he was a porter all his life, which means he just cleaned up stuff and swept and all of that. But he said, even in that, there's art. He said, when I mop a floor, you can come by and say, yeah, Frank mopped that part right there. He said, because there's an art to it. He said, there's an art to everything if you do it well. And I always admire that about him, you know.
Are there any of his pieces still left, or?
Yes, absolutely. Now there was a few that were lost during Katrina, of course, but we have a majority of them, and a lot of them were restored, and there's a lot of his remnants of the work. All of his paper pieces, he kept everything. You know, he had some amazing, just sort of newspaper clippings and, you know, things from his life that is at the Amistad Research Center.
Okay.
Because they came and found us, and they were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So they basically took the whole collection for a while.
Okay.
All the paintings. And they still have some over there at the Amistad. We've been trying to try to find a permanent home for the rest of the work, but we haven't found it yet. We've been nosing around. We were in talks with Dillard a little while ago, and we've been trying to get the Ogden and get a conversation with them, just so maybe they can find a space for it. That would be nice.
If you want to share any of those with us, we can put them in the article
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
We will definitely do
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
We can do a whole article about his work too,
Cool.
separately.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be great.
Maybe not in this issue, but
No.
maybe
I mean, another,
in
yeah.
an
another
upcoming
issue.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love that because he's something on his own. Quite a human being. Quite a human being.
He's still alive?
No.
Oh,
He died
he
long
passed,
ago,
that's right, okay.
Long ago.
Well, so-
Like he was totally, no one totally knew about him at all.
That's a shame, but that happens a lot.
One of
It
those
does.
people
Especially in the
It does.
South, I've noticed.
But
the-
somehow, oh shoot, CBS. What is the name of that show? The Reese's Hour. There was an old show where they just did exposés.
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And that guy found him. Don't know how that happened, but he did a expose on him, and in the show. And I still have to take it's online actually, and in this house, and they had a whole conversation.
That's quite a heritage you have.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing to see.
Well, I'm glad that you are known.
Yeah, me too. And I feel like I'm known, that I'm sort of the culmination of what he really wanted. You know, that's why this house has been important. Because I might not have come back, but I thought this house is important.
Well, I can tell it's got that energy to
It's
it.
got that energy, and I wanted to. Our lives came together because he was a big fan of Thoreau, Henry David Thoreau,
Nice.
Walden Pond, and his idea of stepping out of civilization and into nature was very prevalent. And I didn't realize it till I got back, till I sort of reacquainted myself with him, even though he had given me Walden Pond and I read it. So for me, my end result, like the end of this, I told you that I was taking the water, is to do a pond in the back. I already have it dug out. It runs all the way through the back. And because New Orleans Magazine, after they almost came, it begins with an R, the name of the show. Anyway, it begins with it almost came. Reason to Report.
Okay.
The Reason to
Okay.
Report. That's it. New Orleans Magazine did an article on him after that.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't it always work that way? Something larger, and then local people find it.
Isn't that how it works?
Isn't that how it works? And so they did an article on him, and they called the article Walden Pond in the Ninth Ward.